So hi guys, this is my first video up in a while. Apologies for that. I've been super busy with other stuff, other projects I've got going on behind the scenes, but I'm slowly playing catch up and hopefully I can start getting more videos up soon. This is a tricky bankside trim. Obviously, as you can see, the banks of this particular hedge are quite steep and very loose, which makes it very tricky to work on. Add to that, the previous owner absolutely hacked at this and took no care over it whatsoever, and he's made it quite difficult to cut it and make it look good, to be honest with you, do it properly. Now, as you can see guys, another reason that this is quite tricky is if you look down to where my feet are, you will see that I only have about 12 inches of space to be able to maneuver in. Now when you're a 6 foot 18 stone guy like myself with size 11 feet, that doesn't really give you much room to move around in at all. And you'll see by watching this video I constantly have to keep checking where I am, because if I step over that small little piece of brick walling you'll see there, it's a 10 or 12 foot drop straight down to a solid concrete floor. Now, as I've said to you a minute ago, this is quite tricky to do because you actually have to use different parts of the blade to make this job look good, really. You have to use the tip in some areas, you have to use the heel in some areas, and it's always going to be difficult when you've got a curved hedge and you're trying to cut it with a flat blade. One tips I can give you with this is always keep your blades sharp. This is a freshly sharpened blade, and if you listen to it, you can hear it. It sounds like scissors cutting together. Beautiful sound, and when you're hearing that, you know you've got it right. This particular tool I'm using in this video is my Stiga multi-tool. Great piece of kit. Slightly weighty. It's not the lightest multi-tool on the market, but it's also not the heaviest. A real power horse engine on it. I run all my equipment on Aspen fuel, so it burns really well, keeps it really clean. I get zero issues with it, zero problems with it. And this one comes with a large handle on the front, and it's good that these machines have these large handles. You do see some of them that have very small handles, and they're quite tricky to use, that you sort of feel a bit bunched up when you use them. You want a nice big handle on the front so you can turn the machine into different angles, and it's still good on your hands. You're not putting pressure on your joints and yourself to try and get these machines into tight spaces. That steps are really not making matters any better either. One or two times I've tripped over that in the past. I can promise you that. Now, as you'll see from me cutting this, you'll see that I go over it several times. It's my advice is when you're doing something like this, rather than go at it in one large hit and trying to take off as much as you can, you're better off going at it in stages and making several light passes over the same area and taking off small pieces, little and often. That's the key when you're doing tricky areas like this. It's not one of those type of hedges where you've got a lot to play with. You really don't. So you need to sort of go over it several times, try and get it as nice and smooth and flat as you can, but also keep one eye ahead of where you're going to be cutting. You don't want to be taking out big chunks of a hedge like this, because it will stand out like a sore thumb and it will become glaringly obvious. Plus, it'll also make you look like you're not a professional, and we don't want that. That's not good. Again, Safety is paramount here, guys. On jobs like this, you really can't be too careful. Now this is where you can see that large handle's really coming into play. It's allowing me to shape the hedge as I'm going along. It's putting no pressure on my wrists, none of my joints, anything like that at all. I can get a really, really nice smooth turn on the machine and get a really nice cut in there. Look at that, it's just shaving it off. Absolutely lovely. Nothing wrong with that at all. And you'd be in a bit of trouble trying to get that done with a very small handle on it. You won't have the scope of movement. Again, walking up these steps, not the easiest thing to do. These steps aren't that safe, to be honest with you. They're not properly concreted like they should have been done. They're just sort of laid on top of each other. You need to be really careful, especially when you're bending down like this. If this was wet, these stones can be quite slippery, so again, it does make this job quite tricky to do. This is where having a really sharp blade will come in really handy. It does all the work for you. I'm a firm believer that it's the tools that do the work. We're just hanging on. We're just there to keep hold of it and go from there. Lovely sound. You can just hear that blade ticking away. Absolutely wonderful. Take your time with these types of jobs, guys. There's no hurry. Just go over it again, make it nice and smooth, and go over it, and just keep nipping it back and nipping down. You're never going to get a billiard table flat, but as good as you can. That's what we're trying to achieve here. And then every time you come back to cut it, it'll just get better and better and better. I do like to try and shape my edges as I go along. I'll find it makes it easier as I go. So as I was saying with other projects that I've been involved in lately, the main thing that I've been doing behind the scenes at the moment is a Facebook community that's growing really, really fast. It's called Lawn Care Legends, and if you're not on that page, guys, you really, really are missing out on something special. It has a brother page, Lawn Care World, hosted by Nick and Doug over in America, but Lawn Care Legends is our one over here in good old Blighty. It is a growing community of the most wonderful people you're ever going to come across in your life. There's no egos, there's no horror stories, everybody's helpful, everybody's friendly, and they're all willing to share, they're all willing to help and help you grow, share some knowledge, and have a few laughs along the way. It really is like we're all brothers and sisters on there, and that's wonderful. It just doesn't get any better than that. So if you're not a member of Lawn Care Legends or its brother page Lawn Care World, I strongly suggest you go onto Facebook, find them, join them. Like I said, you are missing out. They will help you immensely, and it's a great place to meet new friends. It's a great place to talk about stuff that you haven't got anywhere else to talk about it with. So that's it, guys. That's it for me, really. Like I said, this will be going up on my YouTube channel. Apologies again for not doing much lately, but as you can see, I've been exceptionally busy. I've also been in hospital and had an operation on my left wrist for carpal tunnel. That's taken me out of action for a while, but that's all sorted now. I'm all good. So I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, a great New Year. Take care. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already. Hit the like button. And generally come on for a chat. It'd be good to hear from you. Good to hear from people I haven't heard from in a while. And if I don't see you on here and I'll have a chat with you on here, then hopefully I'll be catching you on one of these Facebook pages. Take care, guys and girls. Thanks very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye bye.